For this video I'm going to show how I made this chunky rainbow macrame bracelet. This is finished with ribbon end crimps and a clasp, although there are other methods of fastening off which I may also do a video on. To make this bracelet you will need a board for holding your clips in place and the clips, and the cord that you're going to be using. Now this is nylon macrame cord in sort of rainbowish colours and it's 1mm thick. You will also need a ruler, scissors, some ribbon end crimps, and these have already got the jump rings and a clasp attached, pliers, and a lighter for sealing the ends. If you're not 18, please get permission before using. So to get started you need to measure out your cords. I'm making a 6-inch bracelet, which means I need approximately 6 feet per cord. That's a foot per inch. For each colour you will need 2 cords, so I'm going to do that off camera because this stuff does tend to knot up and you don't want to watch me untangling it for 20 minutes. So once you've cut your cords you're going to end up with something that looks like this, and now you just want to attach them to your board. And because there's a lot of cords I'm going to be using a ruler to help me with this. It just helps give me a consistent straight edge to knot against when I'm starting out. So you're going to want to lay these out in the colour order that you want for your bracelet, and for me that's going to be a rainbow colour order. So once you've lined your colours up, you're going to end up with something that looks like this, and obviously in whatever colour you've chosen for yours. So what you want to do is take one of your colours and separate the others away, and then you're going to take your other cord and you're going to attach that. So you're going to match that up and find the centre there, and then you want to take these cords and just attach them to the bottom of the board with the clip. And once you've got your centre, you can do your first knot. So this is all simple square knots again. So you're going over, over and through. And then under and through. And I'm going to do this 3 times for the first set of knots. So for your first set you're going to do 3 square knots on that, and then just push it up to the top and get it flush against the ruler or whatever you're using to keep yours in line, because it keeps a nice straight line there for when you finish off your bracelet. And the reason why I've done 3 there is because this bit is going to go underneath this clip, so you're not going to see all of it. So once you've done that, you want to do the same for all your other colours, and make sure you're keeping your working cords and your holding cords as the same colour. So once you've done your first set of 3 square knots on all your cords, you're going to end up with something that looks like that. So it basically looks like 6 separate bracelets at the moment, or the beginning of 6 separate bracelets. So to connect it all together, what you want to do is take your first 2 cords and put them to one side. And then you want to take your next 4 cords, and these are the ones you're going to work over. So obviously you are mixing the colours here. So you're taking the 2 centre cords and you want to attach these to the board, and then you want to do a square knot over these 2, and this is what's going to link the bracelet together. So you're just doing a square knot here, and this time you're just going to do 1 square knot. And then once you've done those, you'll move on to your next 4 cords. So obviously this is going to be the other side of your orange colour, or whatever colour it would be for you, and the next 2 in your yellow. And again, taking the 2 in the centre, you want to attach them to the bottom of the board and do a square knot over these 2 colours. And then moving on, you're going to take the next 2 of your yellow and the first 2 of your green. So put your centre ones onto the board, and then do your square knot over those. And then it's the rest of your green with the first two of your blue. So attach them to the board and then do your square knot over these two, and try and make sure you keep them in the correct order. And then it's your last two of your blue and the purple, and these two here, again like the other side, you won't be knotting them at all for this row. So attach those two centre ones to the board and do your last square knot of this row. So working back for your next row, you can take your block colour again. So for this one it's purple, and then you make sure you've got your centre of this colour there, and then just do a square knot across. So by that I mean you're basically doing all the colours with the same colour this time for your next row. So take your blue, make sure you sort out any tangles that you might have got in there, because it will keep it neat. So find where your centre cords are for your blue, and clip those to the board, and then do your square knot again. So once you've got to the end of doing your colours, where it's just the block colours, you're going to go again to doing your mixed up colours. So you'll be taking the first two in one colour and the next two in the next colour. And this is just a 2-row repeat pattern, so you're just going to do the same thing all the way down that I did for the first 2 rows until you get the bracelet as long as you want it to be. So once you've got your bracelet as long as you want it to be, you want to copy what you did at the beginning of the bracelet there. So you want to do 3 square knots just on the single colour. So that's 1, 2, 3, and you want to do that all across on all the colours. And once you've finished, you will end up with something that looks like that. So then you can remove the bracelet from the board and you can start trimming your ends and sealing with the lighter. So you want to make sure that before you cut or seal that your ends are nice and tight. So you're going to cut off each side like that and then seal the ends. You can use glue for this if you're using different material, but I just find it quicker and easier to use a lighter because nylon cord will melt. So you're going to make each end on here look like that, and then you're going to do the same with this end, although obviously you're not having the side bits coming out. But for this one, you're going to trim off the side and the top bits there. So I'm going to come back when I've done that. So once your ends are trimmed and sealed, you're going to end up with something that looks like that. So now what you want to do is put your clasps on the end. So these are ribbon end crimps. And what you want to do is make sure everything's lined up inside the crimp and gently use your pliers to press the crimp together. And you want to take your time with this because you don't want to have the bracelet coming out after you've done it. Now you just want to do the other side. And once you're sure it's secure, you'll end up with something that looks like that. So now all you've got to do is put on your bracelet. And there you go. It's one thick, chunky rainbow style bracelet. So I hope this video was helpful to somebody, and thank you for watching.